Hello and welcome to Standing the Coach on Power Prep Sports. This is episode 15 of season 2. This is our season spring finale. And joining me, as usual, this week is the original coach, Coach Greg Ennis. He will be joining us by phone. You will not be able to see his handsome face uh, on YouTube and Facebook and all those great things. Coach Ennis, are you there?
Yeah, I am, but I'm on by phone because MediaCom is a bunch of crap.
Tell us how you really feel.
You can't depend on them. It's horrible.
Well, that I know folks are going to hate not being able to see you tonight. I know a lot of folks love to look at your lovely face each week.
Well, I even brushed my hair and had a double mix. So
Well, we are excited tonight. We have the head football coach at Straughn High School. We got Coach Ashley Kilcrease going to be joining us in just a second. And Coach, not to blow Coach Kilcrease's head up, but he's one of the good guys. You know that?
yes, he is.
Just not just in this area, but throughout the states, very well known. A great coach, a great person. And I tell you, Straughn's lucky to have him as their head football coach.
Well, I'm gonna say this: he's one of a few coaches that I would actually want my son to play for.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of them you could just make a list of, but he would be in that handful.
Well, that's the biggest compliment I can give right there.
Well, let's go ahead and get him on here. And they're preparing. Their spring football has come to an end, and they're preparing for the Geneva Panthers. You ever wonder how it's pronounced Geneva, Coach? With a G instead of Geneva?
I've always wondered that, but I think the town was named after that chocolate place.
The chocolate place.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
Geneva chocolate.
Geneva chocolate. All right. Well, I know you can't see him, but hey, Coach Kilcrease, thank you for spending some time with us tonight. I know it's been busy. School's coming to an end, getting things ready for summer, and getting better out at Straughn. So, how's things with you?
I'm doing good, Stan. Thank y'all for having me. Hey, Coach, how's the internet in Andalusia?
It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
I've heard that from working in Andalusia and then at Straughn. That seems to be the standard answer from people in Covenant County. So maybe it's going to get better with the new internet coming.
I hope so. If not, I'm going to get a string and a tin can.
That might work better for you.
I know it would.
It would tonight, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Coach, I know you finish up spring football, and you're finishing up playing an opponent, going into your second full year out at Straughn. Man, expectations I know are big, just because you set that bar real high the first year, and going in and hosting a home playoff game and having a really good season last year. Kind of tell us how things have looked this spring. I know your expectations are high, but things are going to be changing a little bit there in the region. Just kind of give us a little general info there.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a really good spring, really since the end of the season last year. We ended the season, we won 3 in a row and had a really good chance to win in the first round of the playoffs and didn't quite make that happen, but kind of ended on a positive note. And I think that's carried over into the off season. And kids work really hard. I know y'all had we talked to Trey Bowen, our strength and conditioning coach, and I can't say enough good things about him and the way what he's done in the weight room with our guys. A lot of guys have gained some really good weight. A lot of them work it. They even do extra. Like they do extra after school down in Andalusia. Andalusia. So it's just a lot of hard work, a lot of excitement. Spring training can be one of those things that you sometimes you feel like you have to do it until you get to do it. And our guys have really approached this. We get to go out and do spring. We've had really good attitude, good attendance. It's tough at the end of the school year, but I know a lot of people are in the deal now where if you don't do spring, you can start a week earlier, and everybody's got their own take on that. My thought is, we install, with pads on for 9 days. Of course, every day we didn't go in pads, but we were able to wear pads and get a lot of our run game in that you really can't do in the summer. And you can do it without pads, but we all know it's not really. I wonder sometimes what are we doing, line up 11 on 11 and doing inside run,
Right.
with no pads on.
Everybody looks good in shorts.
That's right. That's exactly right. So we were able to get a lot done. Like I said, good attendance, and everybody's excited about tomorrow night. Coach Sanders is one of my good friends in coaching. I think Coach Sanders is everybody's friend. He's just a really good guy. He was at Luverne for a long time and got to know him well. And Straughn and Geneva has. Yes, sir.
Coach Sanders. Have you ever heard him when he was pleased about anything?
Yeah, no, he's never been pleased ever. That is him, Coach. He's never been pleased. He's always going to be in trouble. It's always bad with Coach Sanders, and so they're coming over here, not bringing but about 15, I don't think, and according to him, and
they're all fat and slow.
Yeah, 9 of the 15 are ninth graders, and but anyway, yeah, you know him well. But what I was saying. Do what, Coach? I'm sorry.
I say go ahead.
Well, I was just saying that it's not going to be. It'll be a typical jamboree type setup with first half will be starters, 1s and 2s, and then it'll be regular 12-minute quarters, and then after half we'll drop it down to 10 and play our 2s and 3s, and then fourth quarter will be a lot of JV guys. So maybe guys that are new to playing and stuff. So, but think about where we're at now compared to where we were this time last year. I mean, we are excited. We lost 8 seniors, and several of those guys started. But we return a good number of kids. So we're looking forward. Looking forward to tomorrow night.
Well, Coach, we talked a little bit earlier. Tell us about the officiating situation with the officials.
Well, I think I had told a couple of our assistants and our principal, Mr. Cobb, but we didn't know until today at around 11 o'clock if we were going to be able to have a game because of officials. And I think people need to understand, when we got our contract sent to us, it spells out plainly you need to be prepared to move your game if we can't get officials. Like we're in a really bad spot. So, the next time you're going to a ball game and you're yelling at officials and listen, I know my granddad, he's probably rolling over in his grave right now, me saying this, but he was of the approach. I pay my money. I'll say what I want. And he was old school, but you just can't do that anymore. Like we're running officials off in all sports, and I've been guilty of it too. I'm definitely not going to throw stones from a glass house. I mean, I've done it too, but looking where we're at, it's getting to a point. Our competitive nature kicks in, but we're going to be at a point we can't play games because we don't have officials. And it's not the pay. The pay's good. It's just that just nobody wants to hear how sorry they are and how they're a cheater and how for 48 minutes or ever how long the game, softball game or baseball or whatever.
Well, Coach, I'm gonna tell you, I kind of disagree with you. I think the problem is we got too many sissy officials. In the old days, you could say what you wanted to them, and they had tough enough skin and didn't have rabbit ears and didn't pay any attention to it and didn't care. And now we got officials that are always worried about what somebody's saying and if they look okay, and they need to just toughen up and do their job.
Well, I know what you're saying, but in the old days, you didn't have to worry about social media either, and you getting blasted to everybody about how bad you are and how bad a cheater. Yeah, it was one person yelling at you, and I just think we got two options. I don't think people are changing, and it may be both ways. You may say, well, people are going to yell and scream, and they might, and that's okay. I don't think it's I think it's the personal attacks. I just don't remember. Like I use my granddad as an example. I just don't remember it being so personal. I think we've made it. Sometimes we make it too personal, and if we keep on, we're not going to have anybody.
Coach, you did make a point that I didn't think about, and that is with the social media now, and people can attack them personally, and that's part of the problem with social media. In the old days, you had something to say, you said it to their face, and if you were lucky, they didn't punch you in the mouth.
That's right.
Punch somebody in the mouth on Facebook.
Yeah, there's a lot of keyboard warriors out there, Coach.
For sure.
That's a great point, Coach, and I hadn't thought about that.
Well, heck, they track you down, track your wife down, track your kids down, and make your whole life miserable just because they thought you called one too many holding calls on Friday night.
Yeah, and like I said, I distinctly remember, and a lot of the people in the Troy area know John Hudson. John died a couple of years ago. Back actually during COVID, he had a heart attack, and he called. One of his last games he called. We was calling. My son was pitching at Brantley, and I was behind. And John, I had known John. He had been our booking agent, and I was just in one of those moods that day that everything was getting on my nerves. We were playing GW Long. We know how good they are in baseball. And, I was giving John a hard time. And he just turned around and looked at me. I'll never forget that look he gave me. And then, not much longer, he passed away. And I just hate so bad that I did that.
Yeah. And I think you're right. In the old days, people would yell at umpires and officials, and it would, if you told them they were blind, then you were personally attacking them. Nowadays, I've listened in the stands, and I thought, he needs to turn around and throw them out of here. Right.
No question.
I think it has gotten out of hand, but, it's a tough job, and it's not for everybody. The problem is we're just not getting enough people wanting to do it anymore.
Scott Kinsall, I worked with Scott at school, and he told me, I think, in their softball association, that he's the third youngest official they have. And young people are not getting in it. And it's good money. It's good money for what you're getting paid per hour. It's pretty good. So I don't think it's the pay. That's why we just got to do a better job of, as coaches, we have to do a better job of encouraging our players that will make good officials to stay in the game and get involved.
Well, let me ask you this, Coach. Now all our athletes have to take that star sportsmanship.
Uh-huh.
What if we made the parents do it too?
Yeah, That probably would definitely help. You know, when we start losing games, that's probably going to get people's attention. That's probably what it's going to take for people to understand that this is getting serious. The lack of officials that we have, or when we're having volleyball games on Thursday and varsity football games, because we're having to move the game to Thursday. We have to move it to Saturday. And, you know, there's just going to be. I think we're looking at a scenario that we have never seen before in high school sports. And Mr. Savarese, I remember about 5, 6, 7 years ago, he made that statement. We were heading this way, and he was right. We're there.
Well, yeah, I think I remember that meeting when he said that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think something has got to happen. And like you said, it's not raising the pay because the pay's pretty good now. But definitely something needs to be done. But I'm glad y'all got them for y'all's game. I think that's going to be a great contest that y'all are putting on against Geneva. And, it's two quality teams. So anybody that wants to watch two good football programs and two good head coaches and staff needs to show up. Not only that, I will say, Straughn has got the best sausage dogs that I have ever eaten in a game.
Yeah, I've had one of those last year that was left over from the officials, and it was really good. You know, it's only $5 to get in, and you can't hardly do anything for $5 anymore. So come up and get you a sausage dog and come in for $5 and enjoy a nice evening. It's going to start at 6:30, not 7. Because we're going to try to get started since it's a weeknight a little bit earlier, and so don't be thinking it's 7. Be there at 6:30.
6:30 out at
Stan,
yes, sir.
Hey, Stan, we can put that up and show that, can't we?
We can. We most definitely can, and
Let's
we
make
definitely
sure we
will.
do that.
Well, Coach,
Put Stevie on it.
yeah, well, Stevie's liable to spell Straughn wrong, so I'm gonna have to do that one. One last thing, we've always talked about, Coach, and since we got you here, and we've kind of gotten away from football, and we've gotten to other aspects of athletics. But with the rising cost and inflation, and gas and diesel prices, is that going to go into an account where you have to really look at that as far as, I mean, you already got know where you're traveling to next year, but I mean, how hard a pinch is that going to make on some of these athletic budgets?
It's going to be tough. You know, like we go into Dothan 3 times, and then we'll go to Clark County, and then luckily we get to go to Oz. Yeah, so 3 times a Dothan.
Y'all can fly.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be tough. You know, you're talking about supply chain and like I was told today, we may not be able to get cleats, and I've had an order in for almost 3 weeks, and we're talking about August, and saying we may not be able to get our cleats, the ones we wanted. You know, so I mean it's going to be different, and the cost of everything, and like you said, with the fuel prices, it's going to cut into the what we're able to do, because the programs, we don't get a lot of money. Whatever we make at the gate and the concessions, that's and that's one reason why we wanted to have this game. We wanted the kids to be able to play, and we're going to split the gate with Geneva, and then we'll go to their place next year.
Well,
not only that, Coach, what you took in last year would supply the team at the cost that stuff was last year.
That's right.
Now you're looking at about a 25% increase on everything.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's going to be tough, and we'll probably look at some stuff this summer. As far as budgets and trying to figure all that out. But I guess I'm just like everybody else, Coach. We're just trying to make it to May 27th.
Yeah, May 27th. Can't get here quick enough. Well, listen, Coach, we're gonna put that up about the game being at 6:30 tomorrow. Wish you the best of luck. I know there'll be a big crowd there, and appreciate your time tonight.
Just hope that Coach Sanders and them can make it over. I hope he can get over here and figure out how to get lined up. It'll be hard for him. So
Yeah, they'll have to probably just bring one bus and
that's right.
and
Yeah.
one football. Maybe they can, you know, can line up correctly.
Yeah. All right. Thank y'all. Appreciate it, Coach.
Hey, appreciate you and everything you're doing for Straughn.
All right. Thank y'all.
That was Coach Ashley Kilcrease, head football coach out of Straughn. Got a big spring football game coming up on May the 12th at 6:30 out at the stadium there at Straughn High School against the Geneva Panthers. That ought to bring a good little crowd right there, Coach.
It will, and I'm gonna tell you this. I actually got a chance to watch a few minutes of Straughn in the spring practice this year, and I'm gonna tell you the strides that coaching staff has made over the last 2 years, actually 1 year, it's impressive. They're gonna make some noise in the state this year.
Well, they should. They should.
I mean, they will. And they've got a great coaching staff that uses those athletes that they have to the best of their ability. And I'm gonna tell you, we've got several teams in the area that should be able to make some noise. Brantley always is gonna be good. Georgiana is kind of young this year, but they're never going to be dang on very long. And then you got Andalusia, who they've got more talent on that one team than I have ever seen in 4A football. I mean, it's unbelievable.
They got it just dripping off of them, don't they?
I listen. I don't see them having a game until maybe the semifinals. I don't see anybody matching up with them at all. You hate to jinx anybody, but they should absolutely win it all this year.
Well, also, I think, you was mentioned over there in Butler County, I think McKenzie. I don't know how much noise they'll make, but I think they're supposed to have another good team coming back.
They are. They've got that real good running back, and he's going to be, he's going to be a senior. And anytime you got a senior running back with as much accolades as he's getting, it's going to be, they're going to make some noise. But Georgiana is just, typically they're last year they started, if I'm not mistaken, 3 8th graders and they started 2 8th graders and 4 9th graders.
That's that ought to count as at least 6 or 7 losses.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But those kids started for them last year, so the playing time that they got in and the experience they got, you can't match that at practice. And they're going to be a very good team. And not only that, they've got a great coaching staff to build a 2A school.
Is that Ethan Watson?
But with those teams, You know, and op is another one that you know, everybody says op's a sleeper. No, they're not. With what they got coming back, they're supposed to win.
Right.
But
they might be sleeping, but they're not a sleeper.
Yeah. But yeah, I think a lot of them are sleeping over there. But I'm not getting into that tonight. But you know, pound for pound, player for player, I just don't see anybody in the state matching up with Andalusia. I mean, I don't.
Well, Coach, real quick, let's shift gears. We had talked softball last week, and that cranked off this week, and had a lot of local teams that are playing or getting ready to play at their respective sites there. If you're in the South, going to Gulf Shores, if you're Central Alabama, going to Montgomery, I know that the Lady Bulldogs, I think, may have split. The Andalusia Lady Bulldogs may have split today, won the first one and lost a close one. That second one play in the elimination round in the morning.
Well, look, as long as Andalusia's softball team is on the field, they got a shot. They've got that good at coaching, and those girls play that hard. So as long as nobody's turned off the scoreboard, them girls have still got a chance. But with the way they do softball and the way they do those tournaments, I've always thought it was kind of unfair. You wouldn't ask the baseball team to play 4 games in a afternoon to decide who's going to go to the state championship.
Right. And how many times during the season do you play at 8:30 in the morning?
Yeah. I mean, I just don't think it's fair for those girls. You know, I realize that pitching is different and all that kind of stuff, but except for the pitching, those girls are still out there in 85-degree heat playing all day long, and you don't ask baseball teams to do that.
That's right. Well,
I really think they ought to come up with a different, what would you call it?
Format.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. To handle that.
Well, speaking of baseball, as far as close to us that are still playing, your Ayrton Purple Cats and the GW Long Rebels play each other tomorrow. That right there, it'll be some great small school baseball.
Well, and I'm going to tell you, you know me, you know who I'm pulling for.
The Purple Cats of Ayrton.
That's the best mascot in the world. I've got to pull for the Purple Cats. But, well, Coach, that's going to wrap us up for another season.
For a season, it is a kind of a I guess you could say a non-exciting finale, but heck, right here at the end of the school year, there's 5 million things going on in my world, and I know it's the same thing with you. And but
well, the biggest thing is I'm getting prepared for the Bigfoot convention in July.
Yeah, and we'll be coming back hard and heavy, Lord willing, there at the end of July, and might do a little preseason pick show or something like that. But we I don't know how you measure success on these things that we're doing, because our expectations were low when we started, and we're just very thankful for the folks who do tune in and listen and watch, and the ones that give us feedback. And did you ever think we would still be doing this?
No, I'm gonna be honest. I thought COVID would get us. Well, let me change that. I thought the government was gonna shut us down during COVID.
Yeah.
But I never thought COVID was gonna get me, and I was right. But I think you're immune to COVID if you've ever been skinny dipping in Gant and Gant Lake, and I can name hundreds that have done that, and so I never was real worried about it.
Well, we got by. We kind of scraped things back together after the COVID, and kind of starting to get a little fan base back. Folks love their athletics, and especially their local athletics and their high schools, and that's what we try to do. We try to get guests on and try to have a little humor with it as well, and may give our own opinions as well. But Coach, we've went from 100 people watching that we've had up to 15 to 1,600, and and there's no way to measure that except telling folks thank you, and we hope that we can continue to do this.
That's right.
Well, listen, that's going to wrap us up. We got a quick 30-minute show in tonight. We want to thank Coach Ashley Kilcrease at Straughn High School, head football coach out there, for joining us. Big spring game tomorrow. If you don't know a whole lot about us, find us on Facebook at Power Prep Sports Network. Also, you can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and can watch these great episodes on YouTube as well. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, you can email Coach and I at powerprepsports@gmail.com. And I think hopefully, Coach, we're going to have someone has helped us out with the hashtag Bring Back the Pipe. And we hope that will kick off season 3 of Stand the Coach.
That's right. It will.
Well, listen, thank you, Coach. That's one in a row. I appreciate you. We appreciate all of you out there listening.